What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you guys are a first time watcher, hello and welcome. We are in the discussion corner today. That's what I decided to name this little area. This is the discussion corner for now. If you guys can come up with a different name, let me know. But for now, this is the discussion corner. I have a few things to talk about. But before we start talking about the cars, if you guys are not subscribed, please make sure you are. We are trying to hit 500 subs here soon, so if you guys aren't subscribed, please do me a favor and subscribe if you like the content. I really would appreciate it. And if you are subscribed, make sure you're leaving a like and comment on the video as well. Helps me out a ton, so please help support. Thanks, guys. So first topic of discussion, I just want to talk about Toyota, like as a whole, like as a company right now. Well, okay, not as a company, but their sports cars in particular right now. Toyota is definitely, like, in terms of affordable sports cars for the masses, Toyota is most definitely winning right now. Like, it's no question, and I don't think it's close with anybody. I don't think it's close with Nissan. Don't think it's close with Chevy, Honda, any brand. I don't think anybody is close to what Toyota has going and what they will have going for the next few years as long as they're making these cars. For example, we'll start at their bottom. They have 3 sport cars. It seems like they're in levels almost. So we'll start at the bottom with the GR86. Great car. Everyone's saying it's miles and miles better than the previous BRZ and 86 generation, and I like it. I like the looks of it better. I think the GR86 looks like crazy. I think it looks sick. Everyone says they drive amazing. You know, they're just great driver cars, and for their market, they are probably the best, or if not the best, like top 2, like, you know, toss up between like maybe that and like, I don't know, like a Miata. But Miatas are a little bit slower, so I mean, if you want a little more power and torque, you can get the GR, which is kind of what everyone wants. So really, the GR is a little bit better. It just kind of really depends on what you want. Next, they have probably my favorite car that they've made besides the Supra is the GR Corolla. I love that car. It's not even out yet, and like, I love that car. I've always liked, ever since they came out with the new generation of Corolla hatches, I thought they were like really nice. I was like, dang, these look really cool, but it's just a Corolla. You know, it's still a slow little economy car, but these look really cool. And now this GR Corolla is out, and it's my favorite thing that they've made as of recently in the last, I don't know, like, time I've been alive, to be honest with you, because my whole time I've been alive, I'm 22 years old. I was born in 1999. So from then until now, Toyota really hasn't been a sport car brand ever, like, in my life. Obviously, I know that they had good sport cars in the past, in the 90s, but when I was growing up, there were nothing but economy cars, and there was nothing cool coming out of Toyota, so I did not care about Toyota. I don't say I didn't care, but, you know, there was nothing that I had my mind on for Toyota. But this GR Corolla is like by far my favorite thing, and it is the only hot hatch you can get right now. But not only is it that, it is one of the best sports cars you'll be able to buy in that mid range. You know, it's probably faster than a lot of the stuff that it would be competing against, like a WRX. Probably faster than that. Type R, not too sure about that yet. You know, the Civic Type R's aren't out yet, but I'd say, like, you know, in terms of competition, I think the CTR is the only thing that may give it a run. And until something comes out about the Civic Type R, I think the GR Corolla is cooler. I mean, I've seen some spy shots of the CTR, and I mean, it's alright, but the new generation of the Civic is like meh to me. And now we're at their top level, which is the GR Supra. Now, obviously, they have the 4-cylinder model and the 6-cylinder. We're only talking about the 6-cylinder here. The 4-cylinder model is like irrelevant, like that does not matter. But the 6-cylinder Supra is an amazing car. Everyone gives it whatever because it's a BMW, all of that. But at the end of the day, that is a great car. The car makes power. It's modifiable. It's easy to make more power. It's fairly reliable, despite what you may think of BMW. It's a fairly reliable car from what I see. They're quick. They look good. And, I mean, they can get expensive, especially now, but like I say, they're still in that very much obtainable range. And anybody, I'm not going to say anybody, but most of the general public can get into one of these three cars, and they will be satisfied. They'll have a great car for however long they have it, you know. Next topic I want to talk about is the new Z. I know I just kind of mentioned it, saying that, you know, I think nothing, Toyota's better than everything, you know. I know Nissan is coming out with the Z, but I still think, like, you know, the Z's kind of compared to the Supra. I like the Supra more than the Z, but the Z's pretty cool. I like the Z, okay? But what I want to talk about with the Z, I did need to lead off with that. I do like the Z, okay? What I'm saying, I like the Z. But I want to say, I'm looking at a lot of reviews for the Z, and a lot of them, I'm going to speak about one that caught my attention, really, and it's by Haggerty. They did a test, like a drag test of it against a Mustang and a Supra, and the Z got, like, smoked, like, completely, like, destroyed, right? Now, everyone was all in the comments, wow, the Z, bad, it's slow, yada, 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 all this, right? I honestly think that test was a little bit, like, not in the Z's favor. It was going against a nearly 500 horsepower Mustang, which is faster than the Z, faster than the Supra. It was going against the Supra, like I say. Fast, quick cars. Z has 400 horsepower advertised, you know. Advertised has 400. To the wheels is probably making like 350, 340, you know. And like I say, it got smoked, but it wasn't because the Z's slow. The Z was just, it was spinning. You could tell there was some driver error. Like, it just was not a fair test. And Haggerty used that footage, which, okay, cool. Like, I understand whenever you're filming things, especially with something like press cars or something like that, you may only have a limited amount of time to do something. So if, say, you get a bad launch, you may only have that one launch to record. You get a bad launch, you got to use that bad launch. So if something like that happened, I understand, but like I say, that video really came off as a Z target. Like, it was trying to make the Z seem not that good, because even Haggerty didn't talk that great about it. So I don't know, I feel like it was a little, you know, unfair of a test, but whatever. I like the new Z. I think it's going to be pretty cool, especially once people start modding them. I think they're going to be pretty cool. I don't know about the engine. I think the engine could have been, like, I understand it's expensive to, you know, get a new engine and everything for a car and develop a new engine, but I don't know, that Q60 engine is meh. It gets pretty unreliable once you start throwing power at it, so we'll see how that holds up with the Z whenever people start modifying them, because you know it's going to happen. So we'll see what happens in the future, see if they can hold up to modification. So earlier today, I saw that Motor Trend got, they revealed the new 2023 Ford Raptor R, and it's a pretty cool truck. I mean, it's supposed to be a competitor to the Ram TRX, so, you know, we got another obnoxiously, like, unnecessary, like, stupid truck, and I love it. I like the first Raptor. I thought they were pretty cool, and now they have a, like, way better one, and I think it pretty cool too. The truck is gonna have I believe it's called the Predator motor that's in the GT500. It's gonna be supercharged, and it's gonna have 700 horsepower and 640 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I'm aware, I think that is actually a little bit slower than the GT500 if I'm not mistaken, but I do recall them saying they also lowered that red line from 75 to 7, and that in turn lets you have more of that torque and everything like more readily available throughout the entire RPM band. So it'll still be a pretty quick truck, and it's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure the gas mileage is gonna be terrible, the usual things whenever you get trucks like this, and I think it's a pretty cool truck. It looks like a regular Raptor, but still pretty cool. I like it, so we'll see when it comes out. So yesterday I did an Instagram post, and I asked you guys to ask me questions, and I only had one question, but that was my first time posting it, so cool. But I'm gonna answer the one question. And the question was, do you have any dream cars? And of course I have dream cars. Don't know what kind of car person I'd be if I didn't have a dream car. So my dream cars, I have them listed in tiers. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys all three, and you guys can do what you want. So I have the bottom tier, quote unquote bottom tier, which is, it would be an obtainable car. Okay, air quote on obtainable, because when you hear what my car is, you'll see why obtainable. We have obtainable, exotic, or like supercars, and then we have hypercars. Because hypercars are in my mind, they're a completely different thing. They are nothing like exotic cars. Like, hypercars are ridiculous. They are marvels of engineering, and exotic cars are as well great engineering machines, but there are no automotive things like Koenigsegg's, like Pagani's, like Bugattis. There's nothing like those. So okay, now that that's out the way, I'm gonna tell you guys mine. So for my obtainable, easily is an R34 GTR. That's been my favorite car since the beginning of everything. I've always loved that car. Ever since the moment I saw one, it's been etched in my mind, and it is my favorite car. Favorite Japanese car, just favorite car almost of all time, of almost any car. For exotics, my favorite is a Lamborghini Murcielago SV. Murcielagos are so sick. Those are my favorite exotic cars. I don't think there's anything that will ever top a Murcielago for me in terms of exotic cars. Like, even the Aventador. I love the Aventador, but it's not a Murci. I understand it's better than a Murcielago in every single way, shape, and form, and I agree, but there's just nothing like a Murci. They're so menacing, and they're so clean. And the SV is just ridiculous. It's so stupid, and I love it. And my favorite hypercar is, I would have to say, a Pagani Huayra. Huayras are just absolute beauty. They are art on wheels. The detail that goes into Paganis, and especially the Huayras, like, the amount of detail that is in those, in every single thing, even from the little button. Well, it has some buttons. It has little airplane levers and stuff. It's made of metal. The interior is made of metal and leather and carbon fiber. It's just beautiful. The cars are great, and a Huayra is my like if I ever own a Huayra in my life, then that means that everything I've ever wanted to do in life was accomplished, because there's no possible way I'm gonna get a Huayra. But like, say, that is of my hypercars, and cars of that level, and of that expense, Awira is my personal favorite. If you guys want me to answer any more of your guys' questions, you guys can leave them in the comments, or before, maybe I'll post another thing on my Instagram. I'll leave it on screen for you guys in case you're not following me, but you guys can ask me anything, because these videos are going to be a little more frequent as we're trying to pump out more content. I need to pump out more content consistently, so these videos are going to be coming a little more often. So I want you guys to ask me stuff, you know. You don't only have to ask me about cars. As you see, I have a pretty intense PC setup. I like computers. I like technology in general, to be honest. Just a bunch of stuff. I like anime. I read manga. I love art. I love music. Like anything. I like food. Ask me about anything. Just ask me and leave it in the comments. I'll answer it next video, and you guys, you guys will get to know just a little bit more about me, you know. And with that, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out and be safe, guys. Catch you in the next one.